Once upon a time, in a small, picturesque village, lived a young and ambitious painter named Daniel. Daniel had always been passionate about painting, and his dream was to capture the perfect sunset on canvas. He believed that somewhere in the world, there was a sunset so beautiful and unique that it would make his masterpiece unforgettable. Driven by this dream, Daniel decided to travel the world in search of the perfect sunset. He packed his bags, bid farewell to his friends and family, and set off on his journey. His first stop was a coastal town famous for its stunning sunsets. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Daniel set up his easel and began to paint. The sky was a riot of colors, with hues of orange, pink, and purple blending together in perfect harmony. But as he painted, he felt a nagging sense of dissatisfaction. The sunset was beautiful, but it wasn't perfect. Undeterred, Daniel continued his journey. He traveled to the mountains, hoping to capture a sunset framed by majestic peaks. He ventured into the desert, where he thought the vast, open sky might reveal the elusive perfect sunset. He even sailed to distant islands, believing that the isolation and serenity of the ocean would provide the inspiration he sought. But no matter where he went, the sunsets, though breathtaking, never seemed to meet his high expectations. Years passed, and Daniel grew weary. He had seen countless sunsets, each unique in its own way, but none that he felt was perfect. He began to question whether the perfect sunset even existed. Tired and disheartened, he decided to return to his hometown. He felt like a failure, having traveled the world without finding what he was looking for. One evening, shortly after his return, Daniel found himself wandering to a quiet lakeside near his home. He sat down on a weathered bench, feeling the weight of his unfulfilled dream. The sun was beginning to set, and he watched absent-mindedly as the sky changed colors. He was too exhausted and disappointed to even think about painting. As he sat there, lost in his thoughts, he noticed something remarkable. The sky above the lake was ablaze with the most vibrant and stunning colors he had ever seen. The deep orange of the sun contrasted beautifully with the soft pinks and purples of the clouds. The colors reflected off the calm surface of the lake, creating a mirror image that doubled the beauty of the scene. It was as if the entire sky and the lake had conspired to create a spectacle just for him. For a moment, Daniel was in awe. He realized that the sunset, right here in his hometown, was the most breathtaking he had ever seen. It was as if the universe was telling him that the beauty he had been searching for all along was right in front of him. He didn't need to travel to far-off places or seek out exotic locations. The perfect sunset was here, waiting for him to appreciate it. With a newfound sense of purpose, Daniel rushed back to his house to get his painting supplies. He set up his easel by the lake and began to paint, capturing the vibrant colors and the serene reflection on the water. As he painted, he felt a sense of peace and contentment that he had never felt before. The sunset might not have been objectively perfect, but it was perfect for him. It was a reminder that sometimes the beauty and perfection we seek are right in front of us. We just need to pause, open our eyes, and appreciate what we have. When Daniel finished his painting, he looked at it with a sense of pride and fulfillment. He realized that his journey had not been in vain. It had taught him to see the world with new eyes and to appreciate the simple, everyday moments of beauty that he had once taken for granted. He no longer felt the need to chase after perfection. Instead, he embraced the idea that beauty could be found in the ordinary, in the familiar, and in the things he had overlooked. Daniel's painting of the sunset by the lake became his masterpiece. It wasn't just a depiction of a beautiful scene. It was a representation of his journey, his struggles, and his ultimate realization. He displayed it in his studio, and it quickly became the talk of the village. People came from near and far to see the painting and to hear the story behind it. As the years went by, Daniel continued to paint, but he no longer felt the pressure to find the perfect subject. He painted the people, places, and moments that made up his everyday life. His work reflected a deep appreciation for the world around him, and his art resonated with others in a way that it never had before. One day, a young artist visited Daniel's studio. She was full of ambition and dreams, much like Daniel had been all those years ago. She admired his painting of the sunset and asked him about his journey. Daniel smiled and told her about his travels and the lesson he had learned by the lake. He encouraged her to follow her dreams, but also to remember to appreciate the beauty in the world around her. As Daniel shared his story, he felt a sense of satisfaction. He had come full circle, from a young artist chasing an elusive dream to a wise painter who had found contentment and inspiration in the simple things. He knew that his journey had been worth it, not because he had found the perfect sunset, but because he had learned to see the world with new eyes and to appreciate the beauty in his own backyard. And so, Daniel's legacy lived on, not just through his paintings, but through the wisdom and inspiration he shared with others. He had discovered that true beauty and fulfillment come not from seeking perfection, but from learning to see and appreciate the world around us. Thank you for watching and listening. Your support means a lot. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to sharing more with you in the future.